Hello, hello, hello. Leslie Klein here with the Good Vibes Lifestyle. This is a live stream I do every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. So it doesn't replace Good Vibes TV, which my show is on my YouTube channel, Good Vibes TV, which is more of a formal show. This is more of a casual, live, weekly experience where you can learn practical ways to raise your vibration. And today I have a wonderful guest. Special guest that I'm going to tell you about in 1 minute. So I do want to see, did any of you guys watch the last episode, which was part 1 of Amazon Planet? It has to do with the Amazon rainforest. There's an eco lodge there, and Sandra Fernandez Osoris talks about the climate change, talks about the Amazon forest, and it's very interesting. So part 1 is live or available, and part 2 releases this Sunday at noon. So I hope you get a chance to watch and let me know what you think. So hashtag Good Vibes Lifestyle, that's the hashtag that I'm using to kind of kick off this Good Vibes Lifestyle movement. I really like to create a movement where people are living higher vibes, living in that good vibe zone. So, and I want to tell you that, let's see, last week our tip was smudging, using smudge and sage and fluffing your aura. So did anyone do that? And what kind of results did you get? We are on, I'm streaming on like 8 different places, and you're going to get the chance to comment if you like. If you comment, I can see your comments and put them on the broadcast. So sorry for all the noise. I have a wonderful husband that loves to make noise. Right? I know you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so if you did practice fluffing your aura and smudging, and you know I go through a lot of smudge around here. I wonder why. Anyway, and if you are lacking something like sage, white sage, I did finally create an Amazon store. So all you have to do is go to good-vibes.tv, and you'll see shop my Amazon store. And I have a whole list there and I'm just starting to compile my list of different products and things that I recommend, but I have a whole section on creating sacred space. And one of the tools, of course, is white sage. And I have a couple of vendors you can get a whole pound of white sage, which is what I did. So I'm stocked up for a while. Anyway, well, this week's tip has to do with improving your health with biohacking. So I have a very special guest I'm going to bring onto the screen. Her name is Bridget Riggs with Finding Coherence. Bridget, welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream.
Thank you.
And Bridget, if you don't know, Bridget is my sister. So you've probably seen her before. She was one of the first people I interviewed. And we've got a hello from Sean Riggs. I wonder who that is. We like to have fun here. Yeah. Having fun is important to raising your vibration, right? So Bridget, let's talk about what Finding Coherence is. Now, your website, and again, I apologize for that beep. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take
I think she speaks up.
Yes, I yanked it out of the wall. We have a little, what do you call it? A detector on our driveway. So when people come and go, it triggers, or cats or squirrels, anything like that will trigger it. So that's what that annoying sound was, but I got rid of it. So we're good. So Bridget, back to you. Your website is findingcoherence.com. And tell us about what that means, finding coherence, and what your business is all about.
Sure. So when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, which is an autoimmune disease affecting the thyroid, 2012, and it was not a very good day for me because I didn't know what an autoimmune disease was. I knew it was a disease that was attacking my body, but all the symptoms, depression, chronic fatigue, brain fog was extremely bad. but I was just out of whack, not in coherence. And then I started doing a lot of research, and I started with the Heart Math Institute that really brought in my ideas and mind about heart brain coherence. And basically, when you're not in heart brain coherence, meaning that your brain, your mind isn't where your heart is, for example, going to a job that you hate, you're not in heart brain coherence. So anytime that happens, you're not, vibing in a very good, you're not in 528 hertz or higher. You're much lower than that. And you're in that shame, that guilt, very low vibrating. And it's a horrible place to be. And it's not living. It is not even being. It's not how to live. And what I learned is, there was so much that I learned, and I had to create a business, and I called it Finding Coherence, because once you find coherence within your body and mind, your life changes and you're in flow and you're healthy. And I'm not any more pills, lotion, potions, needles. I don't do anything like that anymore. And I spent a lot of money every month just trying to be well. So I have so many different modalities, so many different tools, ideas, mindset, that it was a no-brainer. I had to put it in a course. So, or not even just a course, but have a business to share the information that I learned, because I am a scientist, have a master's degree in molecular biology. And when I was doing my cancer research, running the lab, I loved it. And I thought I was going to help people that way with, helping them do research with the cancer. But now I know this is my, my path, and to help others. And just as simple as just holding the thumb. The thumb is your worry. So even just holding it just like this is a simple, hack to do to stop worrying. And it helps, and it works. You could also circle your thumbs if you're driving a car or something. And
so what you're talking about is actually JSJ, Jinshin Jitsu, which is the holding of the fingers.
Correct.
So why don't you clarify that for our viewers
Sure.
so they understand?
So when I was doing my healing journey, this was one of the things. I was a licensed massage therapist, and I knew that massage wasn't really getting me, because, you really can't self-massage. But I found a 3,000-year-old healing art called Jinshin Jitsu, and it comes from Japan. And a woman, Mary Burmeister, brought it to United States from Japan. She was a Japanese-American woman who gifted it really to United States in the 1950s. It took her 15 years to write both of her texts, but now there's thousands of practitioners now helping people. And it's just simple, putting your hands or fingertips or palms on different places of your body. For example, on your cheeks, after you, just to ground yourself. If you're worrying, just tapping on your cheeks or just holding them. Either way will help you kind of calm down. So what I like to do is, after I eat anything now, I go on my collarbone and on my cheekbone and just do a couple breaths after I eat. And this helps with digestion. So there's so many different aspects, and the complexity of Jinshin Jitsu, it's a lifelong study. There's no way I can touch anything. That's why I like to start with the hand, because we have many different emotions that we can balance and harmonize. We're not getting rid of it. We're basically just holding that thumb, a gentle hug, and breathing just to get the worry out. And it works. It's an amazing art. And that's one of the tools that I'll be teaching in my courses, because it is so easy to do. The hardest part about practicing Jinshin Jitsu is remembering to do it. And that took me a long time, almost 6 months, to realize I have to have a self-care practice daily. So.
And that's what your program does, right? You're starting on Monday, is it?
Yes, I have a new program, because other people have reached out to me and said, hey, I don't have Hashimoto's. I don't have any disease or diagnosis, but I don't feel 100%. My energy's low, and I've gained some weight. So can you help me? And so what I did is I took my Hashimoto's program and I took out different parts of it and put it into this program. So it's basically as simplified as I can make it, but it's just little bullets, little pieces that you can have and to try, because if you don't try something, you're not going to change. You have to try something, and, stop talking about, oh, I'm going to go on a diet, because that doesn't happen. How about, I want to change my lifestyle so I can feel better, so I can have more energy. So there's so many, I've been studying and research for, gosh, 20 plus years. And so I'm constantly learning and kind of trying different things. And I have a variety of different platforms that I go to kind of learn things and bring them back and then share it with my clients, because you're constantly learning. And that's the thing that so many of us either are too tired at night or pick up that glass of wine instead of a book to read. Because even reading 30 minutes a day helps your brain produce more neurons, and you won't get like Alzheimer's or dementia or anything like that, because you're constantly making that brain work and creating new neurons. Now, 5 years ago, we didn't know about the brain elasticity. We know now. So again, so much information's out there, and it takes the local doctors and the media 19 years to get the latest research. And research is happening so quickly now that even the scientific journals are coming out with supplements for the month, because there's so much new data coming. Right. And being a scientist, that stuff excites me to no end. And I love researching it. People like, no, thanks. No, that's not for me. Well, I will digest that report, also find out if it's based with the pharmaceutical money, because we don't want that data, and making sure that the data is correct as far as their sample size. So again, I don't want to sit back and keep this information. I want to share it to others, because it's so needed. I think our country and the world has been a little ill. And I really, truly believe once you get your health back, because I've done it, I feel differently. I think differently. It's so different. So, and because I did it, I feel like everybody can do it. It's just they need some guidance, and not only guidance, but a little bit of support too. And having a community, which I have, and meeting, it's like a friendship, and then other people helping other people, which, is pretty much what we used to be as a world many thousands of years ago. So I want to get back to that.
All right, Bridget. So tell us about, what are the components of the course that you're teaching?
So the course in June, so we're going to meet twice a week. We're going to, the Monday meet and the Friday meet are a little different. On Monday, we're going to go over 5 different biohacks that they get to try for the week, and then answer any questions that they have about, what I just told them that day. And then on Friday, we'll answer just a short period if anybody has any questions, but more importantly, to do a group, I don't want to call it a meditation, but a group self-care time where we're holding different fingers or mudras. I've got music or sound therapy. I might even do a visualization or have a guided meditation, something for the group. We'll vote on that on Monday, what people want to focus on. And everybody, I don't want to say it that it's going to happen. Everybody will have a healing event, but everybody will feel a little something. And then it's up to them to kind of figure out what's what, and, kind of move forward. Because this whole program is really about getting to know your true self, and not what you've been programmed or what you've been told or what your mom told you, all this stuff in your head. It really decomposes all that, and you get to find your true self. And it's really amazing. I find it's amazing, the work that I do. So yes, we got the 2 week or two meeting up groups. Then we're also, I did a comprehensive workbook in Canva. So you got pictures with the self-care actions. You got different logs for sleeping, for doing water intake, for fasting. It's everything that I could think of to put into this book. And it's over 60 pages right now. I might even add a little bit more, but it's a wonderful book that they can have and basically fill out, and it can be a lifetime book for them to figure out what they need. Also, so important to do self-care every day. So what I do is I have videos on Marble, maybe YouTube, but you'll get a video which will have very clear demonstration about what to do on the body. And they're anywhere between 2 minutes, and I think the longest one is maybe 10 minutes long. So you get to pick and choose which ones work for you. So,
So are those videos that you play and practice along with? So
no, what I'll send it to them via email, and then they get to decide, they get to pick which one. So I just throw, a bunch of videos at you, and then you get to sample which ones you like. Now I will have mandatory ones that I'll say you have to do these ones, just because I know that they are they cover the most for the body. So, so then we also have a morning routine, which I find is very important to start your day, and then also a nighttime routine. And I had basically logged out all the different steps that you get to choose from. I'm not saying that you have to do this. No, I give you a list of maybe 10 to 20 different things that you can choose to do for that morning. And then again at night. And nighttime, it's basically getting you ready for sleep. And so many people don't know the I don't want to say damage, but the effect that Wi-Fi has, that the blue light has, that other things of new technology that science has barely touched to find that it is causing us harm. So, so I had to make a morning and night routines just to separate the two, so that way people can have a choice. Maybe they don't have time; they can only do a morning one. That's fine too. So, let's see. We had, and also I've been studying with, or I read the book with Lynn McTaggart about the Power of 8, and she is all about sending intentions, and she's done many, many different experiments where all over the world she will send intentions with just 8 people, and they just for 10 minutes focus on like less crime in Detroit, and they found data, the crime went down 40%. We're talking 10 minutes for like a week, and the crime went down 40%. If that can happen, imagine what you can do for your body and for your group as well. And I've been in started other Power of 8 groups and had really good results. So it's a no-brainer for me to do it. It's just the concept is a little woo-woo that we'll have to see if the group, chooses to do something like this. But it's simple, it's easy.
So how would the Power of 8 daily intention work with the group?
So I will have basically kind of step routine of what to do. You're going to ground yourself. You're going to do some breath work. You're going to get into a meditative state. And then you're just going to focus on a mantra or a vision or something, whatever the group wants to go for. I'm thinking it's going to be something that they want to get back into their healthy, younger body. So that's what they're going to focus on for 10 minutes. And that's it, 10 minutes. And we decide 8 o'clock. I decided to have 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night on your timeline, because there is, when this goes down to quantum physics, there's no time in quantum physics. So as if I do it at 8 and your central time, it still has an effect with each other. And this has been studied, and with even Lynn McTaggart. So I know that that's going to be a good asset to the program. And then another part is the Healy, and you have the Healy. I have the Healy. It is a portable device. It's really small, but you can do remote work. You can send frequencies to other people. I can scan Leslie, even though she's many miles away. I can scan her, get her aura, or go on Healy and see, let's say she's having a stomach issue. So I can go down and do a little scan to see what's affecting her. And let's say her small intestine is showing that it's a little bit off or needs more frequencies. Well, then I can tell her, hey, for small intestine, you can hold this finger, you could do this, give her some options. So, but I've been using Healy 3 years now. I use it daily. Sometimes for a few hours, sometimes just, 1, 2 programs. So, but this is new technology that I don't know that many people know about. So again, something else that's a little woo-woo, but it works. So it's something else that I need to put into the program.
So you also talk about shifting people's mindset.
Yes, because we've been around this earth, especially here in the United States, a lot has happened in the last 100 years, and generational trauma has happened. We know this, the wars that happened, just the trauma that's happened in 9/11. I'm not going to go into all of it, but there's trauma that's happened, and trauma stays in the body, and it can be 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. So when you do a shift of your mindset, it does have an effect of everybody in your family, generational forward and back. So that's another reason why to do self-care daily, is because you're kind of undoing what was put into your body, but yet you're helping your grandchildren and your children, grow into healthier people and not have that trauma stuck. So mindset is huge, and mindset you have to work on every day, because that ego's always there. That ego's always there, keeping you in fear, keeping you in fight or flight. And that's not how to live. And that's one thing I realized. I was in flight, fight, or freeze pretty much 90% of the day. And now I try to be in parasympathetic, 95% of the day. And I can feel it when things are starting to go and I'm starting to feel a little, congested here because I'm doing too much. I know my body. I take the time to either shift my mind, meditate, go outside and ground, breathe, I do something. So mindset is a huge part of it. And I think a lot of people don't realize the stuckness that they're in. If you don't know you're in a prison, how can you break free? So we're all in prisons of some sort. So, we'll have to educate people to break free from all of it.
So now, also in this program, you're talking about eating and not coming from a mindset of diet.
Correct. And not even what to eat, because everybody's different, and you might be allergic to carrots or something, so you're not going to have carrots. Now, what I like to do is not focus on the food so much. There's certain things you cannot have: sugar, alcohol, soy, gluten, and I said alcohol. There's one more: soy. So we don't want to have these things, because these things are inflammatory to our digestive system. And gut health is where your health is. There's so much science out there saying your microbiome, your gut health is where you're at. So it's also when you eat. Eating at after 10 o'clock, that's a no-no too, because you're getting into your body going into a different state, which is going to relax and chill out. So midnight snacks, such a bad thing to do for your body. So we have a circadian rhythm. We have things that our body normally does. And when we mess with it by staying up late or not going to bed till 5 o'clock in the morning, Leslie, these things have an effect. And you can see the next day, you got a little bit of brain fog. You don't have the energy you want. So, and then also eating in front of the news. That is the worst thing you could do. And I know when we grew up, we were in front of the TV watching the news. So child of the 60s, right? That's what we did. But now it's like 24/7, things are always coming at us. So I have an actual little bit of a routine to do before you even eat, and then also after you eat. So again, I feel like all this knowledge, you cannot go wrong. Now, intermittent fasting, that's the new buzz thing around, but intermittent fasting has been around for a very long time. We're not supposed to eat 3 meals a day. That's United States saying, oh, this is how it has to be, just like their pyramid chart. No, this is all wrong. So now, just intermittent fasting, if you go more than 14, 15 hours with not eating, it gives your body a break, and it needs to do the things it needs to do, like autophagy and just cells dying off and you actually eliminating them. It's a whole process. And even our minds can get into it where those things will not happen because of our minds. So I teach you basically information, and then you get to decide. Because the first time I thought, oh, I'm not eating for 16 hours. Wow, that's going to be so hard. It wasn't, because, it was a mindset.
Sleeping, but you're sleeping a lot of that time as well.
True. You just got to work it out, that what works for you. So yeah.
The idea of intermittent fasting is when you're sleeping, you're not eating. And if you eat before you go to bed, then your body's digesting when it should be repairing the body, eliminating toxins and things like that. But by having food in your system, you interrupt that process.
Right.
Cool. So you were talking about guided decisions, that you give people a lot of options, and it's up to them to choose what they
Right.
want. You're not a drill sergeant.
Right. But I want them to try, even if they don't even want to, just try. I mean,
Right.
I don't like to use the word try because to try is to fail, but you have to try something. And to fail isn't a negative thing. At least you figure out what doesn't work.
Experience.
Exactly. So
Experience it. Don't try it.
yeah,
Experience it.
there you go. Thank you for that. But yeah, so you decide, I guide. And then the customizable approach, everybody's different, just like your DNA is different. So what's going to work for one person is going to work for the other one. So that's why I'm so excited about the program, because I think I have a check mark for everything. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. So
it's very, from what I see, it's very comprehensive.
yes.
Or holistic is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Holistic. You're including all the parts of it. It's almost not multidimensional, but it's holistic. It's including all of us as a whole.
Right. Right. And there's, I did so much learning when I was healing that some stuff I don't even use anymore, like tapping. It's great and it helped me through that. So I want to share that with people, because some people might love tapping.
Right.
Some other people, they don't want to, do stuff like this, which is fine. So I'm basically giving you so many options that you'll figure out something, I'm sure.
You'll come up with your own system and way of doing it.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Thinking for yourself what's going to work, getting to know your body. And we're so disconnected to our body. We go to the doctors and say, hey, fix me. I don't do that anymore. I say, what is wrong with me? Let me fix it myself. And that's how, I just turned 58. Yeah. Like a couple of weeks ago. And I have the energy of a 21-year-old. I mean, and I don't have aches and pains anymore. I don't feel depression. I mean, it's so good. Life is good.
You just want to share it with everyone.
Yeah.
So this course that is starting on Monday, let me put the name up here again. It's called Energize, Thrive, and Shed, Your Path to Optimal Well-Being, Biohack Your Body. And you're going to be giving everybody a bunch of different options of ways to biohack. And one of the best things I thought was the price, that you're doing the special price. The investment is only $197, and that's for a month's worth of the program.
Correct.
I mean, they can continue on doing the things they learned, but you're doing an intensive of that twice a week, Zooms and the program, so that they will be working on themselves and creating following a new health practice, really.
Yeah. And they get to decide what works for them. And also they can share it with their family and friends, because one thing about Jitsu is it works for everybody, and you can share it with other. And that's what I want to do, is just share the information so people can get healthy, and then they can become their true self, so they can thrive and do whatever they want to do. And I just am excited about it. And I know that, money's a situation right now. That's why I lowered it. So it's easy, it's simple, and you can try it and see, or experience it and see. But yeah, they go to
the website.
Go to the tab up top that says Biohack Your Body, and then you'll go to a landing page, and then you can pay the $197 through the button, and we will send you an email. And we start Monday, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are kind of prep days. The real official start will be June 1st. And it looks like we're starting at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. But if that is a problem for the whole group, then we will go ahead and change the time. But everything will be recorded. So if you miss it, you'll still have the opportunity to see what you missed. So.
Awesome. So everyone knows, huh?
And
I'll be there. Yes. I'm all signed up.
Yeah.
And let's real quick, because I wanted the tip for this week was about biohacking. So just real quick, again, what is biohacking?
Biohacking is a way to approach your understanding of your body in a way that works for you. And I learned this phrase from Dave Asprey, who was 300-pound, 26-year-old with arthritis and all kinds of issues. Basically, 10 years ago, he biohacked his body by figuring out and trying different things. So the word's been around for at least 10 years, but I want to bring it back to, because so many people need to biohack their own body and figure out what works for them. So
can you give us a little tip, a biohack that we can use? I think you were going to give us one based on JSJ.
Right. So your hand has all the different emotions: worry, fear, anger, sadness, and trying too hard or pretense. So to me, the leader of all those emotions is worry. So just simply holding your thumb, and you can think of that when the little babies stick their finger in their mouth, it's always the thumb. They're pacifying themselves. They're understanding that, hey, my body needs something. Let me pacify it by sucking my thumb. So the fact that people put pacifiers in the kids' mouth, that is the worst thing you could do. Let the babies figure out themselves what they can touch. And you can hold even babies' fingers too. And you can see how they will calm down. And the thumb, also any temper tantrums for 2-year-olds, holding their thumbs or you holding it for them, that will calm them down. So again, experiment with it.
And does it matter which thumb you're doing? And should you do both?
You can do both. It all depends about time. Usually the left side is your past or your generational stuff, and your right side is present. So it'll be interesting to see in your body. With me especially, most of my issues or projects are on my left side. I never have issues on my right side. So to me, that tells me that's all past or generational stuff. And I've been doing a lot of that work too. So, but again, we're all onions and many, many layers of onions. And we just got to kind of scrape through it to find our true self so we can shine in life. So
awesome. So hold your thumb when you're worried.
Or you can also circle them too.
Or go like this.
Yeah.
and then if you really want to get into it and you're ready, go to her website and sign up for this experience: Energize, Thrive, and Shed Your Path to Optimal Well-Being, Biohack Your Body. The weather is warmer now. It's time to get into those swimsuits. And, I'm going to be 60 later this year. So I'm like, okay, I got to do some things because my body is not the way I would like it to be. And I want to hit my 60th decade or sixth decade, running. So
we'll do it.
Anyway, so I will be in this class, and I encourage anyone else who has an interest in making a change in their life, join us. This is going to be a powerful, powerful time. So thank you, Bridget. I want to thank you for attending, just coming on today. And I'm going to put your website back up so people can find it, findingcoherence.com. And hopefully we'll see you in the class starting on Monday.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, Bridget, thank you so much for being with us today. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. So, we went a little bit long on our Good Vibes lifestyle, but I really loved having Bridget as a guest. She really has a wonderful program that's starting on Monday, and I'd love for you to attend. I will be there. So regarding our next show on Good Vibes TV drops this Sunday at noon on May 28th. And you'll see the second part of Sandra Fernandez Osoris. She's with Amazon Planet Peru, which is an eco lodge on the Amazon River in Peru, in the Amazon rainforest. And she hosts all kinds of different retreats. And if you're into ecotourism, or you've had it on your bucket list to go to the Amazon, check her out because she's your connection. She is there to help you plan a trip. She has all kinds of connections. If you want to do ayahuasca, she's got shamans in the forest that can do that. They have other different rituals and things that if you're wanting to do that, you can. So definitely watch that episode. You can watch part 1 is already live. All right. So a little bit of metaphysical news. I do want to call your attention to Dr. Stephen Greer. He has a new documentary coming out called The Lost Century, and that I think is premiering on June 9th. But the big news with him is that he's doing another National Press Club event called Disclosure 2.0. It's happening on Monday, June 12th from 2 to 3:30, and it will be live streamed for free. That previous weekend, he's actually doing a whole big workshop that you can actually watch live stream too. There's a cost for that, or you could actually go to the event. I'm not in the DC area, so I will not be going, but I am planning on watching via live stream because Dr. Stephen Greer, he's been meeting with all kinds of people from CIA to other government officials that have been involved in the UFO projects and the things that have been going on since at least the 50s. So, and he's created several different movies. Here's his website, seriousdisclosure.com. He's done several different documentaries about this. So he's planning on, he's got whistleblowers because what's happened, the government I guess has more protections for whistleblowers. So a lot of the whistleblowers that were part of the UFO hidden, uh, I don't know, the spy, they're not really spy words, but the hidden things going on that are unconstitutional. And that's his whole point, because they are operating outside of our government. So it's totally wrong. And anyway, he explains it so much better than me, but I think this is information that everybody needs to be aware of. So anyway, be aware of that. Put it on your calendar, Monday, June 12th from 2 to 3:30. I would just, if you have an interest in knowing what's going on with that, and make sure to watch The Lost Century. I'll get you more information as that comes around, but just wanted to let you know about that. All right, everyone. So I want to thank you for watching today. Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream. And I hope you remember to do your biohack, holding your thumb, which is your worry, it represents your worry. And this way you can calm yourself down, switch from stress to calmness. So everybody, I appreciate you watching. I hope you got something of value. And I wish you a blessed day. Take care, everyone. Peace out.